Technology intersects with other technology in unpredictable ways. Stick with me a minute and I'll show you an interesting example. While this box design may appear quite conventional from our vantage point today, at the time it was revolutionary. Printing technology in use before this would never have allowed for such a bold, even brash box design as this, but here the constraints of old-fashioned printing methods were cast aside as new printing technology allowed for more vigorous marketing of the new radio technology. In this case, the Sony TR-609 transistor radio. Graphics always have a subtext, and the subtext here is, "I'm fresh, I'm loud, buy me." Yes, it's a good-looking box. Gone is the gold foil and the ribbon of earlier Sony models, and this box isn't velvet-lined like the competition was still doing. No, this box is about messaging and utility and efficiency. And what would we expect to find inside of it but a good-looking Sony radio? We are looking at this radio just as I got it many years ago. I could be wrong, but I think the case would not have already been on the radio when originally shipped from Sony. Still, there is room for the radio with the case on it, so it could have shipped in its case. I suspect, though, that the case was originally rolled up and stashed in that little compartment on the left, which holds an antenna wire, a strap, and an earphone in its own little leather case. And speaking of leather, these thin gray leather cases were a nice look, and another sort of modern technology too, or at least giving the appearance of modernity. Instead of the typical thick brown leather case evoking the leather saddles and straps of the 19th century, these thin leather cases suggested the 20th century fine leather of driving gloves. It's a turn from the past to the future. The TR-609 is one of the best-looking radios in the horizontal coat pocket category. The use of a random textured plastic in some areas makes its Sony debut on this model. Harking back to Sony's TR-6 radio, this model features strap attachments on the side. In a unique and nice touch, the chrome attachments here collapse back to the radio when not in use. A thumb screw is used to hold on the back rather than rely on the little plastic tabs that proved so prone to breaking off on these little radios. 4 penlight batteries, totaling 6 volts, are mounted in a holder that attaches to the radio with a 9-volt style battery clip. I wonder how many people sat that battery holder aside and put a 9-volt battery in this radio. And I wonder what happened. Sony calls this model a 6-transistor reflex-type superhead. And here's the instruction for use, with more and different graphics. The art department was having fun with this radio. The numbers 609 here have been made into a circular graphic, an attractive piece of design that could well be used as a logo if Sony used logos for their individual models. But then the box graphic is rather logo-like as well. While the collector might complain about the absence of ribbon and gold foil, there can be no complaint about the effort Sony put into the graphics here. On the back, we see the specifications and the slogan, "Sony means quality." I've seen this model only in 2 color schemes, both with this grayish-white front. On the model we're looking at today, the radio's knob, trim, and back are a darker gray. The other color scheme I've seen is in this book, where the knob, trim, and back are in a brick red color. The Sony TR-609 from around 1960. These were the years of Sony's most explosive growth in the United States, and with products like this, it's easy to see why.